What's up, guys? HTG Brian here. Welcome back to Funko Fusion. Next up, Masters of the Universe Level 2 Story. Immortal with a Portal. Now, I gotta be honest, this one took some time to figure out where everything was, so hopefully this video will provide a nice insight and a quick pathway through this level of, well, chaos, as we have to learn and use the portal a little bit more, and of course, the endless spawning baddies, right? That's definitely been a point of emphasis online for reviews and such, so definitely bring some health in with you. If you got some extra vinyl, definitely pick up a soda pop. And otherwise, we're going to go ahead and jump right in to Immortal with a Portal. Check it out. We're going to flip a switch and advance until we trigger the cutscene, and you'll see what I mean. Alright, so Skeletor tried to make an advance on us, but it didn't work out the way he had planned, so he has backed off, giving us a little bit of some distance. Now, hey, you are going to need a portal in order to advance. If you somehow missed or skipped the 3 blue orbs in our previous video or level, then we've got 3 chests right here. Go ahead and grab all 3 of those orbs, slam them in here. If you've already done it, you should have access to the portal. Go ahead and mold one regardless of your process, and go ahead and pick up the portal and drop it like it's hot. Now, in our last video, we learned how to use the portal. Simply stand inside the circle, look at a further away portal, and hit the icon indicated to connect the two. Now, in this case, we had to do it 2 times, which is going to go ahead and put us in this cage. But we turn to our right, and look at that. We've got a purple orb that we shot and turned gold, and it actually allowed us to activate another portal. So we'll go ahead and jump back to the original portal, switch over to the left side, and look at that. We are ready to rock out. Although it is quite a catastrophe here. We get bombarded by tons and tons of bad guys. As per usual, I recommend the retreat method, so back up as you're shooting. And little fun fact for you, you can actually use the portal to not only escape and get away, but you can shoot through the portal and take down bad guys. Look at this. They don't come through it, so it's kind of like a cheese. So, if you like the cheese, like me's, feel free to use it. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right. I'm sure if you haven't hit the mute button already, you're at least considering it. On that note, we'll go ahead and, we got a couple of different ways we can take on these bad guys. The robots will actually jump the gaps and come and try to attack us over on this middle platform here. So just be aware of that. Now, I'm going to go ahead, and I think I'm going to take out this robot and shoot through the portal and sneak up behind them because they're all unsuspecting bad guys at this point. Watch this. Which way did he go? Which way did he? Oh, he was on to me immediately. All right, so we're getting to the bottom of those. There's probably 20 or so guys that you have to take out before it starts to slow down a little bit. And then we do actually get a break. So I know I said endless spawning baddies, but it doesn't really happen until we get through the door on the right. And we're going to need another portal, so go ahead and make your way to the mold machine in the right corner of the new area. And we're going to pick that up and slam it on the ground right by the staircase. But you want to make sure that it's aimed at the left side area, because there's a portal up there we can connect to. So we'll go ahead and activate that. Once we're up here, there's an obvious crystal we have to shoot, turning purple to gold, but there's a not-so-obvious one, too. This one is easily missed. Go ahead and shoot through that burn hole in the grate, and it should allow the bottom portal to now be connected. So we're going to go back out, and look at that. We're now officially in a secret room. We'll flip the switch to allow easy escape, and, of course, grab the first of 4 pieces for the old He-Man transformation pad. Now we're going to go ahead and activate the portal up above the staircase there. I didn't even have to move mine. You may have to move yours. Now, depending on which way you go through the portal, it could pop you out on the ledge or on the back side. So just know that the portal is 2-way, and depending on which way you go in will result in which way you pop out of the portal on the other side. So grab that second piece, and we're going to go right back through after slamming it down on the pad there, and I'm going to show you this weird spot here. Now, we're going to shoot the lock off, which is kind of a task. You kind of got to jump. You almost got to look down while you jump. and knock that lock off. Really what we need to do is stand on this ledge and turn this purple crystal from purple to gold. That's actually going to give us access to a further room over on the other side, which we can now access another one of those He-Man transformation pad pieces. All right, so we got 2 of them. You can see up in the high right corner, we actually have 2 of 4. And we're going to make our way over to the left side. Now, you can see some more bad guys spawn and are attacking us. As I mentioned, it's kind of a never-ending issue. And there's another one right behind me. Where'd you come from, buddy? All right, over on the right side, there is this wall with a giant blue sort of force field or shield preventing you from getting through. Follow the power line and shoot the 2 points of interest to actually disconnect the power and allow us to get through. Once we get through, we're going to be attacked by a bunch of bad guys coming down the stairs here. So as per usual, I'm going to use the retreat method and also use the environment to go ahead and protect me from these baddies. After about 5 or 6 guys, we're going to make our way up the stairs and notice that there are 4 targets also preventing us from getting through another force field. They are super sensitive, as you just saw. I accidentally shot in one extra round and it canceled out, so you might find it a little bit tedious. Once you get all 4, it should reveal the new room, and inside, of course, there are bad guys awaiting for us. We're going to want to clear all those guys out. There should be roughly 4 to 5 guys inside here. Now, because we have already shot the lock off, the door is open behind us, which gave us access to the purple orb that we needed to shoot and turn gold. So we'll go ahead and peek in there real quick. But we sort of cheesed through that hole in the wall over after He-Man Transformation Pad Part 2, but make sure that this is gold, otherwise you won't have access to the portal on the right side over there. Now, to get through that next force field, we are going to need a placed portal, so we're going to go back and grab our old one. Now, the reason for this is that there are only so many that you can grab from a mold machine, and later, we're going to need another portal, and in fact, it might prove that 2 is even more helpful. So rather than having to backtrack all the way to grab that later, we went ahead and grabbed it now. So we'll go ahead and jump through to the other side. Of course, flip the switch, revealing the pathway where the force field once was. And of course, we're going to go to the back corner here and take out these 3 targets. That should reveal the 3rd piece, allowing us to go all the way back now and slam that down on the He-Man Transformation Pad assembly line. That's right. You guys remember that from the old Looney Tunes? I know there's a name for that, and I always forget it. I got a couple of viewers out there that are pretty good at reminding me, so drop a comment down below if you know the name of that mystery song. All right, so we only have 1 more piece left, and we're going to have to go all the way down to the far right in order to secure it. It is also hiding inside a force field, and it requires a small puzzle in order to activate or deactivate the force field. So there it is, right there in the middle, under the bridge. And basically, there are 4 switches in this area. I recommend taking out all the bad guys that are available at the time first, and then focus on the pattern. So each switch has an icon, and there's a specific order that you need to flip those icons. So here we go. We're going to look on the wall here. You got like a helmet, followed by like a flower, followed by what looks like a ninja star. And so there's the helmet. And the flower is over here on the left. So it's kind of a zigzag pattern. Then back over here to the ninja star. And then finishing up with what looks like a caw or something. I don't know what it is. But so we're going to go ahead and craft or mold a portal. If you find that you're not getting this done in the time allotted, you might want to drop 2 portals, but just kind of follow my path and you should have no problem. We're going to place a portal over here showing and looking at the 2nd collectible or switch we need to hit. Flip the first one, run right through it. Look at that. It goes right to it, pop right back out. We're going to use the roll feature to get over to this other one, and then the jump and run and roll feature to get to this corner. Now, I don't know if there really truly was a timer. When I did my scouting run, it seemed like if I didn't connect them fast enough that it would restart the puzzle. So maybe if you're struggling after a couple attempts, maybe try a 2nd portal, which is why I didn't craft the one earlier, because now you can have at least 1 left in the mold machine and prevent you from having to walk back. Now, worst case scenario, you got all the portals out on the plate and you got to go back to collect one. Either way, you just need this 4th piece. Slap it down and by the powers of Grayskull, we're going to turn into He-Man. And of course, more bad guys are going to spawn. We're going to ignore them and just run all the way to the far right side. Now, you may have to deal with these guys later. You may not. Now, keep in mind, He-Man now has access to breaking gold bricks and gold items scattered throughout. So far, I've found that none of these in this area do anything other than give you maybe some vinyl. Except for this one all the way at the far right and up the stairs, which actually gives us access to where we want to go. Skeletor's up floating in some sort of an aerial vehicle, and we got to go show him what's what. So we'll go ahead and cha-cha-cha-cha-cha down the gold wall there, or spam, 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 spam. And, of course, make it across the bridge. It's recommended that you wait for him to drop his bomb on the bridge before proceeding, but once it's clear, go ahead and attack that gold wall. Inside, guess what? Baddies! No, just kidding. Not this time. I fooled you. We're going to actually connect the dots. La, la, la. Basically, we got a power line here. We need to line it up first. I mean, I guess it doesn't need to be first, but once it's all perfect, basically, we got to send power to those 3 green dots on the top. Well, they're red currently. We need to make them green. So, oh, here comes those bad guys. Remember I said you might have to deal with them eventually? Well, it caught up with us. And look at that. Melee attacks are 500 damage? What? So pretty fun stuff. Go ahead and tone down the crowd there, and we'll go ahead and adjust these things on the wall to let the power flow up to the ceiling. Once both sides have been turned from red to green, it should pop the sunroof on this bad boy, giving us access to the undercarriage of Skeletor's vehicle. Go ahead and attack that purple orb immediately, fill that meter, and that should complete her. It does drop a couple of bad guys, so be aware of that as well. Look at that, though. The fun key is officially ours. Well, wait a minute. We better grab it before we get out of here. And look at that. We've got our location. It's just over 100 meters out. So we'll trudge our way across this bridge, leap of faith off the backside, and head up towards the top. Now, on the right-hand side, there are going to be a handful of guys that drop down from that upper ledge. One of them is the Red Orb Baddie. At least it was for us, not only in our scouting runs, but also in our official run. So right now, you can barely see him. He's up there running around. He'll eventually drop down. If you guys are interested in getting those parts now, feel free to do it. But we wanted to make note of it just in case. And of course, as soon as you're ready, let's go ahead and get on out of here. And pop that key in the door there. Wait, what are you looking at, buddy? What are you looking at? Is it me, or is that like, it looks like the Wolfman. I know that Universal has the rights to those old classic horror films, and at one point there was even talk of those being in the game. Is that the extent of it? Is that what we got? Is that like the werewolf or the wereman, whatever it is? Anyways, inside the door we go, collect the crown, and booyakashow! We got another one, bites the dust. No collectibles found in this, as you guys probably are getting sick and tired of hearing me say. We'll be back in the fun play. That's right. Much like the Lego game experience, we're going to go ahead and get through the story first, get all the characters and needed abilities before returning for the fun play. All right, so officially back in the Funko Factory Hub world for Masters of the Universe. We've got level 3 unlock. So, feeling pretty good. Hopefully you are too. If this video was entertaining or maybe a wee bit useful, go ahead and slap that like button for us. It helps a tremendous amount. Of course, check us out at HappyThumbsGaming.com, the home of our trophy achievement guides and more. And we're also on social media if you're into that kind of thing. So, as for me though, that's going to do it. As always, until next time.